Hi guys, Laura here. It being summer, it has been really hard for me to keep my book buying ban just because I've had a lot of time off and I've been able to go to the city a lot. So I have a really big book haul for you, and I know I said I wasn't going to buy books to October, but between the coupons that I got, the deals that I found, the giveaways that I won, publishers have started working with me a little bit more. Have a lot of books to show you, but I don't need any more books, so I probably will maybe have like one book haul maybe around my birthday, but I'm really going to try not to buy any more books for myself. I know my birthday's coming up, so it's possible I will get a few, but I'm really going to try to limit my book buying, but it is hard if I find really good deals. And the summer is really challenging because I'm around the used bookstores a lot. So I'm just going to show you everything that I got, and I will explain why I got some of these books and what some of my reasonings were. But this will be a little bit of a long book haul, so you might want to grab a snack. So yesterday I went to a book signing in New York City with Sarah Malasky, and I got to meet Reagan from Peruse Project. She's really, really nice, and the book was I See London, I See France. It is a story about these two best friends that wind up backpacking abroad, and they get into some trouble and some mischief, and there are some boys involved, and it is loosely based around Sarah Malasky's actual backpacking trip around Europe. And it sounds adorable, so I really hope to read this summer, or if not, eventually soon. But the book signing was really, really fun. It was sponsored at Forever 21, and there was looks that Reagan created around the book. It was really, really cute. So if you have not checked this book out yet, I highly recommend it. The next book was a library find. I think I got this for like 50 cents. I have been on like a witch kick recently. I've been, as I said in a couple of my other videos, I have been on a Buffy the Vampire Slayer binge, and I've got to my favorite season, which is season 6, which is where witchcraft becomes really important. So I've been looking for some witchcraft books, and this was just one that popped. It's called Witch Child by Cecilia Reyes. And I know that my library had so many copies of this because it used to be a summer reading book. But I will read you guys the back of it because it's really, really small, quick. Hidden with now in the pages of her secret diary, 14-year-old Mary's story begins as she flees the English witch hunts to settle in an American colony. But how long can Mary hide her true nature from the Puritans? How long can she keep running? So that seemed really, really cool, and hopefully I'll get to read this soon. Again, I feel like this fall is going to be a lot of witch books. And then right around BookCon, I got invited to go to BloggerCon, which is a book con. It's like a BloggerCon where you guys go to like panels, and you get a bunch of my ARCs came from there. And Bloomsbury allowed me to be on their list, and I requested Silver and Blood by Jessica Day George, and I got it. And this book comes out, I think it comes out in August. So this will definitely be a book that I'm reading relatively fast. But it is, I think it's like a paranormal novel set in the 1890s. And I think it also takes place in Romania, or about Romania relatives. It sounds really, really cool, so I'll get to read this and give you guys my thoughts soon. The next are two giveaways that I won. One I won from Hypable.com, which is probably one of my favorite entertainment news sites. I think I follow mostly all their podcasts, and they were doing a giveaway for Nexia by Scott Ringna, which is, I think it's like, it's a sci-fi young adult novel, and I won this, so I was very excited that I won this, and hopefully I'll get to read it soon. And it comes out in September 2017. But yeah, it is a sci-fi YA novel, so I'm excited to read this. I really enjoy Amy Kaufman's sci-fi novels, and Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff's novels, so hopefully I will like this as well. And the next giveaway I won was I Read YA. This was actually the one book I really wanted at BookCon, but I did not get on the line in time, so I won it, and it's by Goldie Malasky, who is the author of Kill the Boy Band, and I heard really good things about it. I heard it was very similar to The Unlikelies, which I really enjoyed, so hopefully I'll get to read this one soon. And then on Monday, I went to Book Off, and I actually just read this book because it was really, really short. But it's Better Off Friends by Elizabeth Eulberg, and I will be doing my review and my a post on my blog about this. So be sure to check out my review because it's super cute, and I highly recommend it if you want like a fun contemporary that's told in kind of a unique fashion. But it's Better Off Friends by Elizabeth Eulberg, which I have actually finished reading. And then at my used book sale, they have it, like, I think they have it, like, twice a year or 3 times a year. I picked up some books. I picked up Leviathan by Scott Westerfeld. I have a lot of Scott Westerfeld's books. I think I've read maybe 1 or 2 of them, but this was one of his others, and this is the author of The Uglies, but this is the first book in the series, and it has, I didn't know this before I picked it up, but it has, like, really, really cool pictures. So, and Alec is a prince without a throne on the run from his own people. He has only a fighting machine and a small band of men. And I also picked up The Treasure Map of Boys by E. Lockhart. I really like E. Lockhart's mystery novels, but I know she has wrote a lot of contemporaries in the past, so hopefully I will like that as well. And I have been trying to get the first book in a bunch of Alison Noel series, and I haven't found a lot of them, but I was able to get Fated, which is the first book in the Soul Seeker series. So yeah, I'm excited to read this eventually as well. And then it was like Amazon Prime Day. So they had like a bunch of book deals. And I've said this earlier in the video, I'm a really, really big Buffy fan, and they're actually coming out with like 6 to 7 new Buffy novels in reference of their 20th anniversary. So I picked up the one that was written after the series was over, and it's called Demons of the Hellmouth, A Guide for Slayers by Rupert Giles. And it's funny because it has like notes from all the main characters, and it takes place after book 7. So it's actually a really, really cool collector's edition, and I have already pre-ordered the Willow one that is coming out in October. And I will be sure to haul that when it comes. And I will probably do a massive review of all of the Buffy books once I read them, because there are some that I'm probably going to read sooner rather than later. A publishing company also contacted me, and they sent me With Ballet in My Soul, Adventures of a Globe-Trotting Impression. And this is a memoir by Yvette Mays. I will admit, this brand is really not my normal book, but I really do like dance stories, and that was how it was pitched to me. So I'll definitely read this and give you guys a review. It's not that long, but it does have a lot of like pictures in it, so it probably won't take me that long to read, but overall, it does look kind of cute. And they're sending me a YA novel soon, so next haul, I will probably wind up hauling that as well. And then the next thing that I picked up, actually I got from my pen pal. She sent me 2 books, and she sent me Sleep No More by April Lynn Pike, Forget the Past, Change the Future, and Fight the Future. And this is an Oracle novel. I've actually heard really good things about April Lynn Pike. I have a couple of her books, but I don't actually have this one, so I picked this up. She also sent me The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennet. This is inspired by the TV show, not the TV show, the YouTube series, which is the Lizzie Bennet Diary, which is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice. This book is like takes place not in regards to the videos, like anything that you don't see on camera. So yeah, so that's super exciting, and I hope I get to read this one soon. I might actually have to rewatch the Reb series before I read that, because it's been a while. And then I went to Barnes & Noble. I'm a Barnes & Noble member, and they had like a bunch of coupons. I think they've had the most coupons I've like ever seen them have. So I finally picked up My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I have been eyeing this book for literally so long, and it is supposed to be adorable. I heard a lot of good things about it. And I also picked up Ash and Quill by Rachel Caine, which is I think it's the last book in the Great Library series. I think it's the last book. There might be one more book, but I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy. And I have read the first one. I have to reread it, but I definitely have the other 2. And these covers are just stunning. This will definitely be a series that I wind up keeping just because I really, really like the covers. And then, as I was saying, I had a very, very big Buffy demand that I get books. And the thing with the Buffy novels is that they really aren't being printed anymore. So if you find them, you get them. And I always wanted, I will admit this is like a slight spoiler for season 6, but I always wanted the Dark Willow series. So this is technically it's a 4-book, but it's a 3-book series that takes a different take on what would have happened in season 6 if something didn't happen. So this is the Dark Willow series. So it's The Darkening, Shattered Twilight, and Broken Sunrise. So all of these books are inspired by that. And I hope to read these as I'm actually watching the TV show. So these actually might get read first. And then I say it's the final book in that series, but it just follows after this trilogy is Apocalypse Memories. So this is kind of like a 4-book series. It's not officially, but in my head, that's probably how I would read it when I start season 7. And then I got 2 other ones. I got These Are Our Actors, which is a focus on Willow and Spike, which are 2 of my favorite characters, and also Unnatural Selection, which is another one that follows Willow and Xander. So those 3 characters are probably some of my favorite characters in it. And then this is the major reason that I broke my book buying ban. Thank you, Justin. So I went out with a friend of mine, and we went to a book signing. And we got some books, and it was a thriller fest, which I really, really love thriller books. I wind up reading them a lot in like the winter or the fall. And all of these are signed. So I got The Rules for Disappearing by Ashley Elson. Her new book just came out. This is our story with like an animal, like maybe like a deer carcass, like a deer skull on the front. It's really, really cool. It's a really, really pretty cover. But this is her first series, and the second one, and this is The Rules for Breaking, but this is about a character who is in witness protection. And she meets a guy, and they're determined to figure out why they are in witness protection because she has no actual idea. And I also picked up Holding Smoke by Ellie Kosman, and this is a thriller, but with a ghost hint element. So I'm really excited again to read this, and they signed it. I got it signed. So I'm very excited. And then I also picked up The Safest Lies by Megan Miranda. She's actually wrote a lot of books, but her YA has become very, very popular recently. And this is about a girl whose mother basically conditioned her to be afraid of everything, and she taught her how to protect herself. But when her mother goes missing, she has to become the savior. So that sounds really, really cool, and I hope to read this soon. So those are all the books that I got from the signing, and the next are just some other books that I happened to pick. On that day out with my friend Justin, I learned that Amber Benson, who played Tara on Buffy, is now a published author, which I never knew that before, and she has like a bunch of different witch series. She also narrates all her own audiobooks. So I had to pick up Witches of Echo Park by Amber Benson. This is another witch novel, which I really hope to read some more witch books this fall. I'm going to hold myself to it. But this sounds really, really cute, so hopefully I'll get to read it soon. And the next one I just got was a sampler from Books of Wonder, but it is Renegades, which is one of my most highly anticipated novels for the winter, for the fall, and it is Secret Identities, Extraordinary Powers. She wants vengeance, he wants justice. And this is like a little sampler, but I really was upset that it wasn't at BookCon, so hopefully it will be at Comic-Con. And then one of the coupons for Barnes & Noble, you had to buy a mystery book. And I know that The Murder on the Orient Express is coming out as a movie. So I like to read the book and then be prepared to go see the movie. I heard that it's a little bit different, but I just needed a mystery book to buy, and this was the one that caught my attention. And then I'm so excited to find this arc at the Strand. But it's The End of Worlds by Maggie Hall, which is the last book in the Conspiracy of Us series. I didn't even know that they made arcs of third books. When I started, I had to get it. I will probably read it, and then at some point I will get the audiobook because that's how I've been listening to them. But it's another Da Vinci Code inspired YA novel, which is really excited. Also at the Strand, I picked up Refugee by Alan Gratz, and this is 3 different kids that are refugees. One is Joseph, who is a Jewish boy living in 1930s. One is Isabel, is a Cuban girl in 1994. And Muhammad is a Syrian boy in 2015. And this sounds very, very similar to Salt to a Sea by Ruta Sepetys. But this is unfortunately today, this is a very, very common occurrence. And I wanted to see the elements that connected all these stories together. So this will definitely be something that I read, and I'm sure it will be an emotional read. And then my friend Sarah, hi Sarah, if you're watching this video, you're a big reason why I broke my book buying ban. Won a giveaway, but they wound up sending her like 2 of the same exact books. So I got Fly in the Wall by Simone Kelly. I don't know a lot about it, but I heard it's like a little bit more magical. So I'm excited to read that as well. And then last year at Comic-Con, I got the second book in the Elite series by the Hunter series by Mercedes Lackey. So now I got the first one at Book Off. So hope I get to read this, and then I get to read the Elite. And then I also picked up the last book in the Finishing Girl series, which is Waistcoat and Weaponries, and I have the other 2. This is actually book 4, because I think, oh no, book the 3rd. Yeah, because I have, oh, and then Don't Miss the Final Book, which comes out November 2015. So this is the 3rd book, and the 4th one I don't have yet, but at least I have a 3rd one. And then this is a very, very early rock of the Ambrose Deception by Emily Ecton. It's by Disney Hyperion. It comes out in 2018. And this is about a bunch of kids that go on a scavenger hunt, which I'm always excited about. So those are all the books that I got. I am going to stop making this video and go read. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.